Welcome to the LB Telematics GPS Systems training for managers. The LB Telematics GPS system is a software solution that helps track and record vehicle movements. The core function of the LB Telematics system is to track vehicle locations, utilization, and driver behaviors such as speeding, harsh acceleration and braking, and idling. LB Telematics also provides a driver score, which is calculated at the end of each week. The driver score focuses on speeding events and aggressive driving behaviors. Monitoring such behaviors permits Davy to identify means by which to increase driver education and safety, improve utilization efficiencies, and identify vehicle misuse. Weekly driver scores are a sum of speeding, acceleration, and braking events, where each event is worth 1 point. Speeding alerts are triggered at 10 miles per hour over the posted speed limit and reported at 2-minute intervals. Acceleration events are triggered when acceleration is more than 7 miles per hour per second, and braking events are triggered when deceleration is more than 7 miles per hour per second. Solutions are provided to help managers coach drivers into better driving behaviors. Please note that new devices that are not tethered securely may report higher and require attention. The ultimate goal is for each employee to accumulate 0 points over a given time period. Scores below 99 will not trigger an alert to the manager. A weekly score of over 99 will trigger an alert, and a cumulative monthly score in the 200 to 250 event range will also trigger an alert. Managers have access to a driver behavior dashboard that displays their cost center's performance at the individual level week over week. The monthly trend column is there as a resource that helps managers inform their drivers of what their score could look like at the end of the month. Action will be taken by managers for each driver scoring above a weekly or monthly threshold. A weekly score of over 99 and/or a monthly score of over 200 to 250 will trigger corrective action from the manager in a progressive fashion. If excessive scores are documented in a consecutive manner, corrective action will escalate. Coaching sessions led by the manager are intended to be a positive learning experience and an opportunity for the employee to improve. This program is intended to shift driving behaviors in such a way as to increase safe vehicle operation and decrease the potential for vehicular incidents. If the employee demonstrates a month of good driving scores, status will reset back to action level 1 for future excessive driving events. A driver needs coached for each weekly event exceeding the maximum score. If the driver also exceeds the monthly score, this can be coached simultaneously during one of the weekly coaching sessions. Broken down by region and updated weekly on Mondays, the LBT Safety Dashboards visualize DRG UVM driver safety scores collected by LBT devices found in UVM vehicles. The Regional Summary tab shows the count of weekly scores that exceed the 100-point limit. This and other dashboards can be found in DRG Connect under Supervisor Resources by selecting the UVM Resources dropdown and UVM Lone Worker Job Brief LBT JSO dashboards. Links to forms and resource guides are easily accessible within the dashboard below the regional summary. Regional tabs display individual safety scores week over week for each employee on your team and predicts monthly scores for the current month. As you scroll down your employee list, purple cells will indicate spare vehicles on your team. As you scroll across the spreadsheet to the right, you have the ability to drill down by cost center and week to show what makes up the employee's safety score and also provides miles driven and percent time speeding. These next two charts demonstrate the relationship between our driver safety scores and incidents DRG UVM experiences. This first graphic displays the distribution of driver safety scores among the score classes. 70% of driver safety scores fall between 0 and 20, representing the majority of the scores. This graph indicates that drivers scoring over 50 points weekly have an incident likelihood factor that is 9 times or greater than those scoring under 50, meaning they are much more likely to experience an incident. This analysis illustrates the expected improvements of our safety results by setting our goals of less than 100 points per week and a monthly average of 50 points or less. A driver needs coaching for each weekly event exceeding the maximum score. If the driver also exceeds the monthly score, this can be coached simultaneously during one of the weekly coaching sessions. Coaching should include preparation and requirements. And coaching tips during the session are that you as the manager should be positive because this is intended to be a learning experience and an opportunity to improve. That the big picture is discussed. It is not seen to be picking on anyone, but as a collective goal for improved safety, and discuss the actual driving scores reported. Coaching will be documented in the coaching form. The initial step to do this is to log into the Resource Keeper Lone Worker app, scan the QR code of the employee needing coached, and select or create driver behavior coaching form and click the Add Related button. You will then add driver and vehicle information as indicated. You will also add coaching event information, such as the date of the coaching, the type of event being coached, and enter the week ending or month of scores needing coached, or both if you're coaching for both simultaneously. Driver scores will be entered from the dashboard, and manager actions will be documented, as well as adding any additional manager comments. Driver response will also be documented, where you select the appropriate driver response and allow the driver to enter any additional notes as well. This will then be saved and coaching scores will be updated in the dashboard. Some operational concerns to consider. Other coachable moments. Further investigation into the driver's score can reveal trends that do not trigger the action threshold, but could still benefit from coaching during your discussions. Does the driver have a greater than average amount of acceleration or braking versus speeding? Consider coaching the solutions provided. Spare vehicles. If a driver will be using a spare vehicle for longer than a week, reassign the vehicle or driver appropriately, and be aware of spare vehicle scores as their events still need coached and attributed to the correct driver. Do not move transponders between vehicles. They are assigned to the vehicle identification number. A link to the LBT New Device Request form can be found on the LBT Dashboard in DRG Connect on the Regional Summary tab below the summary information, as previously indicated. Driver names. It is imperative that the driver name and other pertinent information for each vehicle, including temporary spares, be changed at the time of the ownership driver changes. Please use the correct driver employee number and name to ensure consistent driver data. Best practice is to use the name as the employee's email address. A link to the LBT driver change request form can be found on the LBT dashboard in DRG Connect on the Regional Summary tab below the summary information as previously indicated. Implementation of the LBT modules and coaching systems are designed to provide feedback, helping increase this number of safe miles driven and reducing our incident frequency rates. These are key elements to Davy's ultimate goal in the Road to Zero initiative, that everyone go home safe at the end of the day.